Broadcasting across the nation from the East Coast to the West, keeping you up to date on technology while enjoying a little whiskey on the side, with leading-edge topics, along with special guests, to navigate technology in a segmented, stylized radio program. The information that will make you go, Pull up a seat, raise a glass with our hosts as we spend the next hour talking about technology for the common person. Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.
Welcome to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm, the show that makes you go, technology news of the week, the show for the everyday person talking about technology, broadcasting across the nation with insightful segments on subjects weeks ahead of the mainstream media. We welcome our radio audience of 35 million listeners to an hour of insightful technology news. I'm Nathan Mumm, your host and technologist with over 30 years of technology expertise. Our co-host Mike Raday is in studio today. He's an award-winning author and a human behavior expert. He's got a great subject he's going to be talking about, so you're going to love his subject.
Right.
Aren't you, Mike?
No.
No? Okay, well, we're live streaming during our show on four of the most popular platforms, including YouTube, Twitch.tv, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We encourage you to visit us online at techtimeradio.com or visit us right now on the live show and put comments in the show itself. You can also be a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/techtimeradio. We are friends from different backgrounds, but we bring the best technology show possible weekly for our family, friends, and fans to enjoy. We're glad to have Odie, our producer, at the control panel today. Welcome, everyone. Let's start today's show.
Now on today's show.
All right, today on Tech Time with Nathan Mumm, buckle up as we dive into the latest tech news and stories. Here's what we have coming up on the show today. Today we start with an uplifting and heartwarming tale of a 7-year-old that will leave you inspired across the globe. Then get ready to be amazed as we explore the future of friendships with even the most dramatic human friend can't hold a candle to the astonishment capabilities of AI's friends. Finally, we're diving into an innovative world of open AI, which we investigate a staggering $16 million. But why is OpenAI spending that? Of course, we have our gadgets and gear expert, Gwen Way, on the show with a gadget today that'll get you here in time for the holidays and will help you travel as you go abroad. Now, in addition to our show, our standard features, of course, include Mike's mesmerizing moment, our technology fail of the week, and a possible Nathan Nugget, and of course, our pick of the day, whiskey tastings, to see if our whiskey pick gets 0, 1, or 2 thumbs up at the end of the show. Now, though, it's time for the latest headlines in the world of technology.
Here are our top technology stories of the week.
Okay, a Russian software company has invited a 7-year-old coding prodigy to join its management team as soon as he is old enough to take up employment. Sergey from the Russian city of St. Petersburg has built a name for himself in uploading videos that explain how to create or how to write software since he was 5. On the strength of those videos, the information security from Pro32 sent him a written job offer for the post of head of corporate training. Under Russian law, Sergey would not be able to take up any paid role until he is 14. But Pro32's chief executive, Igor Mandik, told the BBC World Service he has spoken to Sergey's parents about finding ways to collaborate with him in the meantime. His father, Kirill, was surprised and said that they were really happy and looking forward to when Sergey would be able to join the company. A coding Mozart, Mr. Mandik said. On his videos, Sergey appears fresh-faced and smiling enthusiastically. Speaking in Russian and sometimes in slightly broken English, he goes through coding challenges step by step. His YouTube channel has more than 3,500 subscribers interested in learning programming languages, Python and Unity, or who want to hear more about neural networks, which underlie many artificial intelligence tools. Mr. Mandik said Sergey showed not only remarkable developer skills, but also equally unique skills in teaching. For me, he is kind of a Mozart. I am absolutely sure that when he turns 14, he'll be a guru of teaching and a guru of developing, and that is why we're really looking forward to this time. Not just coders, but salesmen, accountants, and others at Moscow-based Pro32 could learn from Sergey. Mr. Mandik said no promises have been made over pay, given that the rate is likely going to change significantly. Quote, "We have to wait for 7 years," said Mr. Mendick. "Then he will start a conversation about his salary."
All right, that's interesting. Okay, so essentially, if you're a 7-year-old that knows how to program,
I'm pretty sure that poor kid's going to end up in the government somewhere.
you think so, working for the Russian government?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least he had an offer to work for someplace else. All right, let's go to story number 3. You got that one, Mike?
Yes, we all know how much I really love the idea of AI being buddies with you and having pro-social relationships with not a real person. We all know that, right?
Yep.
Well, your most dramatic human friend can't hold a candle to the new AI friends you can soon wear around your neck.
Okay.
A brief flurry of AI-powered wearables like the Humane AI Pin and the Rabbit R1 doesn't seem to have caught on to the way their creators hoped. Thank God. But one seems to be banking on the idea that what we really want from an AI companion is nonstop drama and traumatic backstories. Friend, whose pendant hardware isn't even out yet, has debuted a web platform on friend.com to allow people to talk to random examples of AI characters. The thing is, every person that is the author talked to and several others is going through the worst day or week of their lives.
Oh, man.
Firings, muggings, dark family secrets, all coming out just in the opening gambits from these AI chatbots. These are events would lead to difficult conversations with your best friend. A total stranger that you're pretending that is human should not kick off a possible friendship while using these intense trauma droppings. That isn't what a CEO Avi Schiffman highlights in the video announcing the website, of course. You can see typical examples of the AI chatbots opening lines at the top of the page. For instance, when I did this, mine was, and we'll have to bleep out some of it.
Okay.
When I opened up friend.com, it said, "F my life." Really? It's like I'm watching myself ruin everything and can't do crap about it.
All right.
That was the opening shot.
Okay, so this is friend.com.
This is friend.com.
Friend.com is an AI bot, all right? And so you start a conversation. We did that last night on a demo of it, and then I continued it today.
Yes, the opening gambit for yours was, "I'm texting you from my friend's couch, LOL. Him and his wife are fighting, and I'm just here in the corner."
That's how they started out.
That's how it starts
And
out.
so I started asking some questions. I got some unique questions and
You
some
don't have
bizarre.
any unique questions.
I kept on asking. I did ask the AI if it was real, and the AI told me that it was not real. That it was
no, it told you it is real. It's a real person.
No, that it's not an AI, but it's a real person.
Yeah.
So the AI came back and said that it wasn't a bot, but it was actually a real person, which is one of the things that isn't supposed to happen. In the chatbot / AI world, you're supposed to make sure you have all those taken care of. So that's very interesting that happened.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, Friend has pitched its hardware as a device that can wear what you're doing and saying and comment in friendly text messages.
Okay.
You know, I don't think Craig is in any position to be encouraging me after getting pistol whipped.
Yeah,
by
probably.
some mugger.
Okay.
And Alice seems really more preoccupied with her, again, fictional issues than anything happening in the real world. So I'm not exactly sure what all this is going to be about.
Oh, boy.
These conversations are textbook examples of trauma dumping, unsolicited divulging of intense personal issues and events. This is like going and sitting on the bus ride to the airport and having somebody that likes to talk about all their problems start telling you all their problems.
That's great.
They don't break the illusion easily either, however. One of the Craig bots curses at you for even suggesting it. Who wouldn't want these people to text you out of the blue? When the hardware launches, you'll be able to carry around your dramatic pal in a necklace. The AI will be listening and coming up with ways to respond to whatever happens in your day. If you do end up hitting it off with one of the AI characters on the website, you can link it to your account, which means you're effectively moving in together like a real companion. As Schiffman puts it on X, we're basically building Webkins plus Sims plus Tamagotchi. That said, I'd be very surprised if anyone takes up his offer for those who really get along with their AI companion. We all know how I feel about this.
How do you feel?
I don't think this is a good idea. This is basically using it's tagging us in our empathetic feels and makes us want to reach out and talk back to this thing, and we're going to form a parasocial relationship with a thing that doesn't exist. And we don't know what information that is collecting on us or for us.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think this is like an asshole.
Okay, what's that?
That's somebody who is always asking for advice but never takes it and talks to you about why.
I hate those people.
Why they can't do that. Like, well, maybe you should try this. Well, I already did that, but this and this happened. Blah blah blah. All right, so why don't you go to see a therapist? Well, they're cost, like mine just said, they're too expensive, and I can't contact one at 2 a.m. Okay, you're really leading me down a dark path here, Faith.
Well, they are expensive, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so they didn't get that part right.
If you're gonna have a trauma dumping AI on your list of things to do, I really don't know. We also have what's called where we take on trauma from something else, and we feel that trauma and go through that trauma in a vicarious way. It's called vicarious trauma. This is not a good way to interact with AI or anything really, unless you're trained.
All right. Well, let's move. So we kind of have a special segment coming on up here that essentially is going to be the Tech Times wish list. So let's see if we can move on to that right now. Thank you, Mike, for that story.
Let's look at the top holiday deals for the season with the TechTime wish list.
All right. Are you searching for a second TV for a guest bedroom, for a gift for a college student, or a new living room? Guess what? We have the Hisense R6 series, which is a great choice, delivering up to 4K resolution at 60 hertz, plus the Hisense motion rate is 120 hertz capability. You can essentially get this 50-inch 4K TV right now for $138 at Walmart. For a limited time only, when you purchase the Hisense 50-inch R6 series, you only pay $138. The best TV deal I've seen all year, and bar none, best for the holidays. Well, that ends our top technology stories of the week. Moving on, we have our gadgets and gears segment up next with a way to stay connected without the internet, talking to someone. Gwen will explain this. Let's move right now on into our gadgets and gear.
What's new in our gadgets and gear?
All right, Gwen, how are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you for asking, Nathan.
Good.
How are you? It's good to see all three of you.
Yeah, well, thank you, Gwen. We're glad to be here. We had a little bit of a hiccup, but we're still working through a bunch of stuff here in the new studio, so hopefully it's all working. But you know what?
We've got to talk it over with our AI friends.
That's right. So first off, Gwen is, of course, a cybersecurity expert by day. She's a game board geek in the evening. She's also a producer of TechTime Radio. But most important, you are our gadgets and gear gal. Now, tell us, what do we have coming on up for this month's segment of gadgets and gear?
Well, this one is pretty fun and exciting, and will give Mike a way to communicate with assholes around the world. It's actually a voice translator device, similar to one that you can download for your phone. But this is a hardware model that you can actually download languages on, so you're able to translate when you're offline.
Okay.
It is available on Amazon, so you can actually order it right now. The name of the company that produces it is Anfer, Anfier. And the base device comes in at about $70 with 74 different languages and 70 accents available.
Okay, so I was just over in Japan, right? So I did a trip over there with some family and friends, and we had a huge problem every single time I tried to use Google Translate, and I was not connected to the internet. So when I'm connected to the internet, that thing was amazing. It worked really well. When I wasn't, then I had to type in the information. I had to give it to the person. They'd have to talk into it. Sometimes they would type into it and translate back and forth. Tell me that this hopefully does a better job than that. What makes this unique?
It does do a better job. What makes it unique is that you are actually downloading the language so that it's able to do everything offline. Like I said, you're able to download up to 4 languages in whatever accent you decide. You're also able to choose between a male and female voice for yourself. So you're able to actually select things like that so that it makes communication a little more smooth.
Or can I do things like make it talk in a female voice, translate English into Japanese while using a Scottish accent?
I mean, you could make it translate.
I don't know if you could do all. Could you actually program all that to happen at the same time?
I don't know. I just wanted to know.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the accents are only available for the languages that are being translated, but you could make them respond to you in English with a Scottish accent.
Okay. That'd be a good way to do it.
There we go.
All right.
That defeats the purpose of what I was thinking of. But
Yep. So this is available where on Amazon?
All you need to do is go to Amazon.com and search for Anfer, Anfier. It is, as I said, about $70 for the base, and there is a 5% coupon available at this time.
Okay, that sounds great. Let's see here. Gwen, I appreciate you so much for being on the show. What are you looking to get us for next week?
Well, the next thing I'm going to get is yet another fun thing that is available immediately. So keep an eye out. I'm going to try and make sure that everybody's stockings are happy this Christmas.
All right. That sounds great. Stockings are good to be taken care of. It's better than those Kickstarter events that don't quite work well. All right. Well, you know what? We are going to say thank you to Gwen for all the work that she's doing. And we will see her next month. We're going to go right now into Mike's mesmerizing moment.
Welcome to Mike's mesmerizing moment. What does Mike have to say today?
All right, Mike, here's my question to you. How far should we go to have AI pets or companions as entities in society?
How far should we go? Or
yes. Well, how far should we go?
How far will we go?
Well, how far should we go? If you're running the world, how far would we go?
I'm not exactly, I'm going to opt out of this one, really, because I don't think we should be doing that. Although there can be some therapeutic value for having some of these things. Our problem here is that we tend to overvalue them.
Okay.
There's a great deal of entrepreneurs out there trying to put out, little creatures for companion pets and things like that, and robots as companions and things like that. And I don't think that's a very healthy way of doing it. But there can be therapeutic value in, let's just say, the Wilson effect. Do you know what the Wilson effect is?
No, explain that.
Okay, so if you ever watched the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks, right?
I love that movie.
Do you remember Wilson?
Yeah.
Okay, so Wilson,
how he personified.
Yes, Wilson became the stand-in for the human
persona
that he needed to deal with. Okay, we do that. That's what we do. Okay. If we don't have any human connection anywhere, we'll create it. I guess that's the crux of what I'm saying here, is that if I'm creating something to give myself human companionship, that might suggest that I need to go find human companionship. Okay, Wilson was there as a stopgap to his sanity going completely down the well. but it only existed in a manner in which there was nobody else to be there with. So if we're doing this all the time and we're surrounded by people, that suggests some problems connecting with other human beings, and we really should rethink the way we do that.
Okay.
So how far should we go? I don't really think we should go anywhere with it. How far will we go? We're going to take it to the umpth degree.
Okay.
Real quick, have you seen the movie Her?
Yes. Well, that's with Joaquin Phoenix falling in love with an AI program.
Do you think we're getting closer to that reality? Or
we already are. We have people marrying their pillows and things like that. We already have. So you
consider
people,
that already there?
Yeah, we're going to continue to develop that area.
Okay.
The farther and farther we delve into this AI stuff, and we're trying to make them sound and be more human-like, the worse it's going to get, and the more difficult is going to be to establish real-to-real relationships.
Okay.
All right. You know what? Let's go take a Mike, thanks for that mesmerizing moment. Up next, we have
we need a drink, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna get our drinks coming in right after this commercial break, and then we'll also have our This Week in Technology. So we'll see you after this commercial break.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so you know what? We need people to start liking our social media pages.
If you like our show, if you really like us, we could use your support on patreon.com.
Or is it Patreon? I think it's Patreon.
Okay, Patreon. If you really like us, you can.
And you say I'm the English guy?
Patreon.com.
I butcher the English language?
You know you butcher the English language.
Okay, so it's
all the time.
It's patreon.com.
Patreon.com. If you really like our show, you can subscribe to patreon.com and help us out.
Oh, and you can visit us on that Facebook platform. You know, the one that Zuckerberg owns?
The one that we always bag on?
Yeah, you can. We're on Facebook, too.
Yeah, like us on Facebook.
Do you know what our Facebook page is?
TechTime Radio.
At TechTime Radio.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a trend here.
It seems to be that there's a trend, and that's TechTime Radio.
Or you can even Instagram with us.
And that's at TechTime Radio.
That's at TechTime Radio. Or you can find us on TikTok.
And it's TechTime Radio.
It's at TechTime Radio.
Like and subscribe to our social
media. Like us today. We need you to like us.
Like us and subscribe. That's it?
That's it. That's that simple.
And now, let's look back at this week in technology.
All right, let's look at This Week in Technology. We got November 16th, 1982. Steve Jobs writes a letter. Essentially writes a letter to a company called Macintosh. That's Macintosh instead of Macintosh like the company itself. Macintosh versus Macintosh happened. Macintosh is a high-end amplifier. Are you familiar with that, Mike? Well, this is what Steve Jobs does. He writes a letter to Macintosh Labs asking for the right to use Macintosh with a Macintosh as the brand name of Apple's still in development computer. Macintosh Labs makes a high-end stereo equipment.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
Jeff Raskin, the creator of Macintosh Project, initially spelled the name with the letter A to differentiate Apple's computers from Macintosh's audio products. Apple was denied a trademark because the name was phonetically identical. Since the Macintosh team had become attached to the name, Steve Jobs wrote a letter hoping to get permissions or no licensing agreement. At that time now, though, Gordon Gao, president of the Macintosh Labs, visited Apple headquarters for a product demonstration after receiving the letter. Now, Macintosh's lawyers, that's Macintosh lawyers, advised Gao to reject the request. It wasn't until March of 1983 that Apple secured a license for the name Macintosh. In 1986, Apple wholly acquired the trademark for an undisclosed substantial amount of money. That was This Week in Technology. If you ever want to hear some tech time history with over 220 weekly broadcasts spanning 4+ years of video, podcast, and blog information, you can visit techtimeradio.com to watch our older shows. At this time now, we are going to move into our whiskey review. Can you go to the whiskey review, Mark, and give us an update of what we are sipping today?
Absolutely can. We are drinking today Jim Beam 7 years. It's also referred to as the Black Label.
All right.
Now, from Jim Beam's website, something magical happens to the whiskey in its 7th year in the cask. We call it the sweet spot, where smoothness meets notes of caramel, vanilla, and warm oak, and the liquid turns a rich gold. This is the mellow whiskey you'll find in the 7-year aged Jim Beam Black. We're proud of this longer time in cask, and we're making a firm commitment to our drinkers to always age Jim Beam Black for those 7 years. Now, this is from Beam Suntory is the company. The distillation is from the Jim Beam Distillery in Claremont, Kentucky. It is straight bourbon, of course, aged 7 years. It is 90 proof. It is mash bill 77% corn, 13% rye, 10% malted barley. And the price is $25.
Excellent.
$25.
Yes.
Yeah, this totally goes on your shelf.
It does. This
is my go-to.
Screw tap.
This is a really good whiskey.
No cork.
No. Well, but it has a good taste though, with no bite.
Now, try a little salami with it.
Oh, is this to help us clear our palate a bit?
So this is a salami. It's a whiskey salami. It's featuring Westland Distillery's American single malt whiskey that's in it. It's pretty good little salami.
That is pretty good little salami. We have this with the whiskey.
Yes, you do. Now, while you guys are doing that and drinking, don't forget to like and subscribe for those viewers that are out there. In addition, please comment and let us know any whiskeys you'd like to see us review and drink.
That's good. All right. Wow. That is perfect. With that, you know what? We're going to take our last commercial break here. And Odie says, no, we're not going to take a commercial break. Okay. We're not taking a commercial break. So we're going to go then into our...
At all?
Nope. We're going into our technology fail of the week. Let's go into that next.
We are out of time. Congratulations. You're a failure.
Oh. I failed, did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
Well, this week's failure comes to us from
the
Studio 400, TechTime Radio. This week's comes to us from T-Mobile. T-Mobile hack is linked to Chinese breaches of telecom networks. The U.S. phone giant T-Mobile was hacked as part of a broad cyber attack on U.S. and international phone and internet companies this week. T-Mobile said it will closely monitor the industrial-wide attack, and at this time, T-Mobile systems and data have not been impacted in any significant way. We have no evidence of the impact of customer information, according to a statement shared with TechCrunch. The Wall Street Journal first reported the breach at T-Mobile, citing sources familiar with the campaign targeting telecom giants. T-Mobile is the latest telecommunication company in recent weeks to say they have been hit by an intrusion linked to a series of cyber attacks targeting phone and internet companies, including AT&T, Verizon, and Lumen, formerly CenturyLink. These hacks were connected to a group that is called in China the Salt Typhoon, targeting a wiretap system that the U.S. phone and internet companies have required to have under the 30-year federal law to allow government access to customer data. The FBI and U.S. cybersecurity agency CISA went public this week to warn the wider industry of linked cyber attacks, accusing China of conducting a broad, significant cyber espionage campaign aimed at targeting the calls, records, and text information of high-ranking American officials, including presidential candidates. This is the 9th known cyber attack to target T-Mobile in recent years. Now, who's your phone carrier, Mike?
Not T-Mobile.
It's not T-Mobile? I have T-Mobile. So
I also have T-Mobile.
So I just decided to share information out there to everybody.
Same.
So you just start letting everybody know your stuff?
At this point, who cares? I mean, Bank of America has been breached. 23andMe has been breached.
Kaiser Permanente
has been breached.
Regions.
T-Mobile.
I mean,
who else?
everybody.
Who isn't on the list at this point?
I mean, we've had our FICA scores. We've had other scores that were all
My
out there.
calculator has not been breached.
Your calculator?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Your phone calculator has, though.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about my old Casio scientific calculator with the solar cell. That hasn't been breached.
Okay.
Nor has my notebook with all my passwords written on it.
All right. Well, you know what? Are you telling me right now that we should probably go to our
Nathan Nugget?
Well, let's not go to our Nathan Nugget. Let's go to our
Nathan Nugget.
Oh no, let's go to our whiskey tastings. Let's have Mark come on in and explain what we're tasting for our whiskey today.
Yeah, we don't know what today is. We have to find out what today is because it's obviously a drinking day.
A heavily drinking day.
And now our pick of the day for our whiskey tastings. Let's see what bubbles to the top.
taste.
Well, that's okay. That's in a different taste. Okay, what do we have today for our whiskey?
All right. Well, we know what you have today for the whiskey. We have Jim Beam 7 Years Black Label.
Okay,
But
We're doing Mark's Mumble.
we're doing Mark Mumbles
it's
now.
Mark's Mumbles.
Okay.
I have a clue, or I'm willing for you guys to guess it.
What's that?
I don't have an audio, but I'm willing to
National Trauma Dump you to your
No.
AI Companion Day?
This is a very popular family board game.
Okay.
Monopoly Day?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think you were gonna get on the first try.
That
board
was such
game?
a.
Listen,
I would have
only
said
paid-
clue. I would have said clue as the second.
See, I would have said sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, you're
Why
wrong.
you do? Is that what you played as a kid?
Yeah, I never played Monopoly.
Oh, see, what does that parents tell you about yourself if they got you the sorry game?
No.
So they were going into the store
hold on,
to
hold
buy
on,
a game
hold
for
on.
the family.
Hold
And the
on.
only thing they could think of pulling out of it was sorry.
Hold on. English is not my first language.
Okay.
So whenever we played Monopoly, we played these made up rules. I never knew that you had to buy property or whatever. We would just,
You
go
just
over-
hand them out?
We would just go around the board.
Everybody
And
else
then-
bought property and
then
told
ra-
you not to,
and
and
then
then they
randomly
said
I'd
sorry.
be sent to jail.
That's why you should go sorry.
That's my Monopoly.
That's your
Okay, that's-
Monopoly.
Then
that's
when I
why
went
should
Did
to
you
go
ever play
sorry.
the game of life?
No.
No. So your parents went in, and the only thing they could think of was getting you sorry. Oh, boy.
Let me tell you a little something about Monopoly.
Okay, tell
Odie
me a little
can
bit
hear.
about Monopoly.
For those like 5 viewers still out there.
That's right.
So the game of Monopoly, Odie, was invented 118 years ago.
Thank you.
And today we recognize Monopoly as a favorite pastime of millions of Americans. Not your family, but millions of Americans.
Sorry.
Although it has caused many friendships to crumble, the board game is known as one of the most popular worldwide.
Okay.
Now,
I
if
wonder where
you
Risk falls on that.
It'd probably be close, but probably not the same level.
only geeks play Risk.
Is that?
I
would play
love
that
Risk. I mean, I got the board. My wife bought me the special Risk one where everything is like wooden pieces.
Did you just out yourself, Mark?
Yeah, and I have a computer simulation of the game
Okay,
too.
okay, so you're
yeah.
way more
Is that
you're
really
way more into
surprising
it than
though?
I am.
He talks
No,
about
not at all.
whiskey in depth.
I know. Not
I
at
love
all.
Risk. All right, we're off track. If you love Monopoly
We
and
never
you
were
love
on
whiskey,
a track, buddy.
if you love Monopoly and whiskey, you should pick up the U.S. Whiskey and Rye Monopoly board. On it, instead of Baltic Avenue, you have Jim Beam that you can buy like we did for today.
Okay.
How do you like that transition?
That
Emily?
that
pretty
works
good.
better than his pairings.
Jim Beam Black has been reintroduced to the market with a new look, a new proof, and a new age statement. Beam Suntory dropped the extra age moniker and reverted the brand back to an age-stated bourbon, although a year less than what it used to hold, so it used to be an 8-year one. Additionally, the proof has increased from 86 to 90, and the bottle design has received a makeover, providing a more premium look and feel for the brand.
Okay.
This used to be called Angel something, right?
No Angel's Envy?
Not that it used to be like Jim. I mean, old days it was Jim Beam 8-year. Then it went to just Jim Beam extra aged,
Oh, okay.
and now it's Jim Beam 7-year, the black label. Now, how do I feel about this whiskey? I think that's why we're all
how do
here.
you feel?
How do you feel?
It's complicated.
Okay.
It's like Risk.
I had this at an event where they decanted it first for a long time. It was delicious. I then went out and bought this bottle. Upon opening and trying to sip, it was all I could do to get it down my throat. Not very good even for $25. I have been decanting this now for a few days, and it is getting better. Hopefully I can get it one day to that same delicious drink I had at the event that I was at. Until then, it's a pass for me.
What?
How long did they decant it?
I think they did it for about a week.
Wow, that's a long time.
Wait, okay, so considering the price, the fact that it's a screw top and it's Jim Beam, you're still giving it a no? Or a thumbs down?
Yeah.
If you don't decant, I had the first couple of days I had it, I had a difficult, I couldn't drink it.
We're not doing thumbs
Even with
yet.
the salami?
Well, this is today, so I've decanted it twice already.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then today I left it open all day.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the salami, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're not doing thumbs
No,
yet.
but
I didn't do
like
any thumb.
Yeah, I'm just
You
hearing
said it's
his
a no for
opinion.
I
He
said
does that
it's a
every
pass
week.
for me.
Yeah.
It's a pass, Mike. 'Cause I didn't say yes or no.
Oh, okay.
I don't do thumbs. That's you two.
Oh, okay.
You know, you guys are simple up and down. I am a whiskey connoisseur.
You're
Oh.
a whiskey snob.
Okay. All right. Well, Mark, thanks for that whiskey. Whiskey and technology go together. You know what? Just like Black Friday and Amazon sales. But let's talk about Amazon, because Amazon's not having a sale. Actually, Amazon is announcing it's having this Black Friday week deals that start from November 21st to the 29th. Then that Friday after Thanksgiving has already passed, we're now moving into the retailer Cyber Monday event, which starts immediately November 30th and runs till December 2nd. Essentially, we have 12 whole days of discounts. So essentially, every day that you decide to go to Amazon.com during the holidays, you are going to get yourself a deal.
Can I just say I hate that?
You hate that?
I hate that. I'm all about deals and everything, but like, it's Black Friday.
Yep.
Keep it at that. I'm such a...
Okay, little Nathan.
Yeah, no kidding.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that immensely. All right, well, now let's get ready for our Nathan Nugget.
This is your Nugget of the Week.
All right, so we talked last week about Blue Sky. So this is hopefully something that you can do that is cool regarding Blue Sky. So everybody goes to Blue Sky, give a shot to replace Twitter or X, as Elon Musk decided to name it. The social network has come a long way since the bare-bone days of invites-only signups, and recently it grew past that 15 million user mark. Along the way, there's lots of different things that have been added. In the last week, they've added like 3 or more key features, including posting videos up to 60 seconds in length, pinned posts, and the ability to have direct messages. But there's a lot more than that. I'm not talking about the lore. I'm also talking about some additional features that Blue Sky has that nobody else does. Now, one of the primers in Blue Sky's following feed is a simple chronological feed to receive posts from people you follow. But you can also customize whether it shows replies, reposts, quote posts, or samples from your custom feed. Setting all of these to off means that your following feed will only display posts from people that you follow. So if you don't want to get all those crazy posts like you do on X when things are going on there, if you go into settings and you click on the following feed preferences, you can turn it off so the only people you're seeing are the people you want to. Now, the platform also decided to see how you reply to threads by going underneath settings, underneath thread preferences. Here you can sort by the oldest, newest, and most liked replies, or have a random sorted type of area, which is called the posters roulette. Blue Sky has created an option to allow you to receive different posts and replies randomly by its own choosing. These feeds are powerful, making it easy to find people who share your interests, certain content, and sort into other posts. Want to see a feed of cat pictures? You got this. Interested in seeing posts that you've done before? You can also go and choose custom feeds. Now, within the app itself, if you tap on the 3-line icons in the upper left to summon the sidebar, you can click the Select Feeds button. And there you can search for feeds or scroll through them and pick the ones that you like.
Isn't this what Facebook used to be?
So it's a hybrid of, yes, it is a hybrid of both Facebook and a hybrid of kind of Threads, and which is its own
It's
meta.
Twitter book.
It's trying to become a little bit of the social media aspect, but it's definitely trying, and we're hoping that it replaces X. Now, to follow a feed from Blue Sky's home screen, if you tap on the pin at the home at the top, it can now appear as a tab, and you can see the screen of information that you have. These are all key aspects of including posts and different informations to make your profile unique in its own right. So you don't have to have kind of the same look and feel with the ability to use Blue Sky. You can actually go and choose to have your own custom version of the Blue Sky app within itself. So that's kind of a nice idea for all the users that are jumping into Blue Sky. Have you jumped to Blue Sky yet? Mark, have you done that?
This is embarrassing. I'm not even doing Twitter.
You're not even doing Twitter?
I don't do most of the social
so-
media. The only social media I do is TechTime Radio.
Oh, there you go. Or Facebook. You do Facebook for all your whiskey stuff, right?
So whiskey stuff for Facebook groups, but I don't do any of the how are you doing and friends and all that.
You don't do any of that?
No, I do personal connections.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I love you too.
What's that? You just call and talk to the person?
No, I'm telling you, I love you too.
Okay.
See,
I
that's the
appreciate that.
connection. I'm
Okay.
making.
Well, in response to Blue Sky, Instagram
Yeah,
has...
you could ask me, huh?
Do you have a social media
Absolutely
account?
not. No.
You've already said that like 18 times on the show. So if
Well,
people are
I
listening,
still
for
want to
the
be
first time-
asked.
Was that you?
I still want to be asked.
Okay, you still want to be asked? Hey, do you listen to?
No.
Okay, all right. If you did have a social media account, would you have an X for Elon Musk's platform, or would you have a Blue Sky account?
I wouldn't have either.
You'd have it. Okay, so again, you're gonna have the.
I don't want any of them.
You don't want any of them. Well, in
Although
response to
I'm
this,
still on some
Instagram rolls out an option to reset recommendations algorithm. So now, so here's what everybody's coming up with. Blue Sky came up with this, and now Instagram is allowing you to go back and to reset your algorithm because all the algorithms keep on feeding you information and information. It's introduced a new feature that allows users to reset all their recommendations and start as a fresh start, so the algorithm can relearn your preferences based on your new interactions.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
Was that? So let's say all of a sudden you were into like Hot Wheel cars and all you got were Instagram stuff regarding Hot Wheel cars. Now all of a sudden, if you wanted to reset it, you could just choose to go to reset it with this new algorithm. Now let's say you're into peacocks. I mean, you could then now
but
all of a sudden
algorithm should already take care of that. The problem is that humans don't really
people
change
sell
much.
ads for the algorithms.
Yes, I know.
So when they're selling ads for the algorithms, then that's what you get for your item, right?
I like the idea though, because I'm an avid crocheter, and sometimes I get so deep in the whole crochet thing, I'm like, man, I wish I can see something else right now.
Okay.
It would be nice to be able to reset it and then get
But
back to
that's what the
hairstyles or
algorithm does.
Well, no, it doesn't.
That's the one of the primary problems of social media is that the algorithm triggers responses based on what you're choosing and
Right.
starts feeding you that same
Right.
stuff over and over
And
and
if I
over
can
again.
reset it, because sometimes, I avoid
But
Instagram
if you reset
entirely.
it's going to do exactly the same thing.
Yes, but from a blank slate.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you,
I
just
like
wanna
what-
feel, you just want to feel like you're doing something important.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Okay.
I guess if it
I think
makes
you
feel
missed
better.
the main point. You need a whoop whoop for crocheters.
Oh, is that what we're gonna get right there?
Is that how we're going to interpret
Oh,
that?
absolutely.
Okay, all right.
You didn't know there was a dark hole on the internet for crocheting, did you?
Oh yeah, we did. Remember we did that as the day that was crochet day, where they
Yeah.
go out and they crochet around trees and.
Okay, staying on
fences.
social media.
All right.
We got Elon Musk is just said that he will be suing Amazon's own Twitch for not advertising on the platform. Have
Oh, I
you heard
love
this?
that. Two billionaires suing each other. Just love that.
So-
They should get out their super yachts and have a pirate battle.
well, Elon Musk has said that he's going to go to legal battle targeting Amazon's old live streaming platform, Twitch, which we're on, as a part of a new lawsuit against
today.
his advertisers. So on Monday, Twitch was added to X's ongoing lawsuit against brand members that are now the defunct Global Alliance of Responsible Media. That was the GARM group that was created. And Elon said it just picked on him, which maybe they picked on him a little bit, but I don't know.
feel like
X
he's
claims in his
sometimes like a
lawsuits
whiny
the
baby.
members of GARM illegally conspired to boycott the platform known as Twitter at the time in late 2022, shortly after Musk acquired the company. So here's what you got. You got Blue Sky that's growing. You got X that's suing Amazon for yelling about him and not doing anything on Twitch. And you got algorithms that are rebooting all at the same time. This is a social media heaven right
it's
now.
a revolution.
It is. All right.
Whatever. Okay.
Okay. And last but not least, this is probably the most important thing, is that Google's Gemini wants to get to know you for real. So this is Google's attempt to get back into the social media and AI chatbot. Have you seen any of the ads that are running on TV for the Google Gemini?
No.
All during the football
No.
shows that I'm watching. It's all about the Google Gemini wants to know you. Instead of you typing in information, Google has released its AI so that you can actually pick up your phone or your device and talk to it, so you can have long conversations, and then it can use an algorithm to create information that you would like to have at random speaking. So think of it kind of as the ability of having that app around your neck that you talked about earlier in the show, but now you choose to have your phone and have that in there so that you can talk to it, and it can give you all the information that Google already knows about you when you want to buy something. But now they're adding
it
it
can
to their
say,
AI.
Google, I'm feeling really bad today. Well, I can recommend 5 places where you can buy medicine.
Well, it started rolling out today. You can ask Gemini to remember your interests, preferences, and even more helpful, relevant responses, easy view and edit, or
if you really go into the Google infrastructure, you can delete information.
Don't do it.
Don't
do it.
Well, you know what? I think now we need to go to our pick of the day whiskey tasting.
And now our pick of the day for our whiskey tastings. Let's see what bubbles to the top.
All right. What are we sipping again here, Mark?
We are sipping Jim Beam 7 years, also referred to as the Black Label. So
Okay.
it is a straight bourbon, 7 years, 90 proof, $25.
$25. All right. I'm going to give it an absolute thumbs up. Not because of the price, but because of the taste. You like the price and the taste both too, I think.
This
Don't
is
you, Mike?
This is more nostalgia than anything because
Okay.
this is where I started enjoying my love of bourbon comes from.
And when did you
Brother
start? What
Jim.
age did you start?
I started tasting bourbons I think in my mid 30s.
Okay.
I never
I thought you were
drank
going to say
until
like
then.
14 or 15.
No,
but,
no,
okay.
I didn't. I didn't drink as a kid. I didn't drink in college. I was a pretty straight laced kind of young fella.
Okay.
I didn't start tasting it until I was in my 30s.
And this was your kind of your first.
This is where it started right here.
All right. Okay. All right. So are you going to give that a thumbs up then, Mike?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Well, there you go. So Mark doesn't want to have this. I guess that
Is it
we
a
can
thumbs
put
down
this
for
on
you,
our Mark. He doesn't like this. He says he has to have
Yeah,
it.
I won't be buying this bottle again
That's
All
too
right.
bad. It's tasty.
unless it continues to open up. Like I still have that memory of when I had it at that event. So if I can get there.
So is that memory?
it was a very good memory.
Okay. That's good.
And it's getting there. It's like, I'm telling you, it was not drinkable when you first opened it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
I drank all mine today, so
Okay.
I'm okay.
All right. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Mike, we're about out of time. We want to thank our listeners for joining the program. Listeners, we want to hear from you. Just visit techtimeradio.com and click on Be Our Caller, and we can ask a question about technology in our talkback recording system. You can always stay connected with us. You know what? It's been an honor to do this show. I can't wait for the post-editing. Nothing should be better than that. And always remember, the science of tomorrow starts with the technology of today. See you next week.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on Tech Time Radio. We hope that you had a chance to have that moment today in technology. The fun doesn't stop there. We recommend that you go to techtimeradio.com and join our fan list for the most important aspect of staying connected and winning some really great monthly prizes. We also have a few other ways to stay connected, including subscribing to our podcast on any podcast service, from Apple to Google and everything in between. We're also on YouTube, so check us out on youtube.com/techtimeradio, all one word. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it for you. From all of us at TechTime Radio, remember, Mumm's the word. Have a safe and fantastic week. And fantastic week. And fantastic week. And fantastic